Welcome back, Alphas. The great drought of 2017 was brutally boring for us backers. Yet, here late in 2018, the game is growing by leaps and bounds. So much to discuss, so hold position. Lots going on. Good, bad, and fugly. Let's start with 2 tons of shade that was thrown at the game over the past year. A lot of people dogged the performance. They said, oh, these frames though. So my buddy said, hey man, just hit me up when the game's playable. Alright dude? Now, enter OCS. Object Container Streaming has drastically improved my performance. It's like sweet golden frames falling from the heavens to bless my old-ass machine with triple-digit frames out in open space. And like 20 to 45 frames even inside Levski. Though that beautiful place still knows how to dip my performance down into like 10 to 15 frames if I'm in a big party and I leave face over IP running. So I had to turn off face over IP while I ran around town. VOIP, no problem, but face over IP, it lags me out inside Levski while I'm exploring shops and such. Party improvements have made joining and playing with others so much easier though, and for the most part, stress-free. Voice over IP has been a massive step in the right direction. Personally, running an old-ass i5 4690K, I mean, I've got it overclocked to 4 gigs, but still, it's old. I'm only running 16 gigs of RAM, so closing Discord and just using in-game voice really reduced my choppiness by a lot. For some reason, unbeknownst to me, my system does not like running Discord with Star Citizen at the same time. And yet Discord is my go-to for every other game except for Star Citizen. And I don't have any hitches. So integrating a voice over IP system into this game makes me super happy. Finally. Oh, and by the way, it sounds amazing. Yeah, like, okay, say you've got your helmet on and you broadcast to your party or in general chat, right? You can do either. It adds this warm and fuzzy layer of immersions to the game. And it makes everyone sound like an NPC, like they have their helmet on, they're broadcasting across the signal, and the closer they move to you, the cleaner the sound comes over the comms, so you can kind of gauge their proximity to you based on how clearly your buddies are coming through. Oh, and in case you need to know, here's how you enable comms. I'll show you right now. Okay, so once you're in a party or general chat, you click on the chat that you want to join, and then click up here to enable your speakers and your microphone. Done. Easy peasy. And to set up your face over IP, it's pretty easy. Make sure your webcam's plugged in. You go over to your options into this new tab that they've added. Click on the calibrate button right there in the middle and then move your face. And you'll see in the pop-up these little dots plotting out your face. Now, of course, if you move and you lean back in your chair, you're going to need to recalibrate because it's going to be looking for your face right there. But it's pretty easy to set up. And here's another good thing. The feel to the star map has been greatly improved. It just feels so much better. And it's been scaled up to include all the planets in the Stanton system now. So you can zoom out and not only see the Lagrange points where they've added the new truck stops and stellar debris is collected there, yet you can also see like exactly where Crusader, Microtech, ArcCore, and Hurston are in their orbit around the sun. Though in 3.3 there are no jump points that take you straight to these other 3 planets. But see Citaro, he can show you how to get to Hurston. Check out his channel. 3.3.5 is in the PTU for the avocados, for concierge, and RSI subscribers. Not for me yet. But word from the bird is that Hurston and its 4 moons could be seen live in the PU on Black Friday. November 23rd, which marks the first day of the anniversary sale and the free flight week. Free flight week, usually it's just a free flight weekend and it's just a handful of ships. So this time it's different. We're looking at every single day a different ship manufacturer, and for that day when you log in, you can fly those ships for free. So you can try them out before you want to buy them. And then the next day, it's different ships that are available to fly and to purchase. So make sure you set an alarm for the day that you want to check out the ship and purchase, because if you miss it, poof, it's gone. And we don't know if it's going to be like last year where they did a final day at the very end that was all the ships on sale, which is good for the game. They get more revenue. And it's good for us because then if you missed it, you can still get the ship that you want with what we predict is going to be 72-month insurance. because back last year, the anniversary sale, it was the 5-year sale. We had 60-month insurance, and I scooped up all kinds of things. Now remember, you can always buy a ship or ship package and then smelt it for store credit as soon as 24 hours later. If you bought something in the beginning of the sale, you flew something later, you could always smelt the one that you bought earlier. And then you'll have that as a buyback token so that later, if you ever want to throw some more cash at it or store credit, you could buy that ship back. And you can do that once a quarter with your buyback tokens. Things to think about, folks. And with 3.3, there's been several other great things. However, I'm just going to mention one more before I move on. We've got new content, like those scramble races. So there's 3 types. There's one for small ships. There's another race for grav-left bikes. And the last one is for ground vehicles, like Cyclones and Urza rovers. They're kind of like death races. You can shoot at each other, and you got to go pick up the beacons. Hey, so I guess it's time to move over into the bad, right? It's got to be balanced feedback. So here's the thing. You need a pretty good amount of players on the server to make a scramble race start. Otherwise, it'll cancel it at the start time, saying something to the extent of, there's not enough participants to start the race. That can be a big waste of time unless you advertise it in chat and get enough players to join up. And I don't know what the number of contestants needed to trigger the whole race is. So if you know, please just tell me in the comments below and let us know. Here's another bad. It crashes every couple of hours, in my experience, which is expected when introducing new game tech that touches nearly every asset in the perceivable game. Prior to 3.3, I hadn't had a game crash in over 3 months. It was stable. Now, I've heard that 3.3.5 in the PTU is actually much more stable than this 3.3 patch. But that's fine because you can expect that any new major quarterly patch is going to be more buggy than any of the subsequent patches within that branch, as they call it. So like I said, party improvements have helped, yet there's still no way to send contact requests to another player. So both players still have to add each other before they show on each other's contacts list as online. And this can be a challenge for a lot of new players because they don't see a clear path to communicating with other players in the game aside from general chat unless someone shows them that you must add each other and then hit left bracket to accept when I send the invite. So we pretty much still have to meet up in Discord to form a party. Then we go get them in-game and in a party and use in-game VOIP. However, if we could cut out the middleman, that would be very helpful as it would help us to, salute someone in-game, then, oh, cool, add to party, send friend request, boom, cool, accept it, and it would just add each other automatically. I mean, we really need something like that, something that solves that dilemma. I mean, think about all the time that we could save not having to explain how to form parties every time we meet a newer player. All right, let's move over to Fugly. There was a ton of hype over Recco Battaglia, and she didn't work any of the times I played in the past week. So I'm not really worried about cyborgs taking over the universe because she couldn't even give me like one job. How is she going to take over the universe with Skynet? Though I've heard that she was fixed in the 3.3.5 PTU patch, some alphabetical designation. Ships still spawn with no doors or engines. That can happen. So when you log in, best practice is to claim everything and then take off in your quickest cooldown ship. I bought a couple of extra ships this year, over the past year, so that you could invest a few extra hours of labor into fixing my ship spawns. It's been 11 months, guys. Okay, since 3.0. It's been 11 months. It's time that we fix it. Ship rental prices at Teach a Ship Shop are still too high for this stage in development. I call that fugly. So we either need to be able to carry over the ships from patch to patch with our credits earned, or they need to lower the ship prices in-game because this is just an open alpha, and because we may not be able to use them for very long before another patch drops to fix bugs, add content, and then wipe away all of our hard work. So think about those patches over the summer. They brought great game stability and features, and there were 3 to 4 patches total per quarter. So that's a lot of times to start over in a 3-month time span. So if you're trying to save up 1.6 million or 21 million, good luck. CIG, please have an intern just log in with 5,000 credits and then work their way up to buying a prospector and see how long they can use it before you wipe the credits and chips. I'm just saying, like, for science. Then think that we have probably even less time to dedicate than your poor, passionate little interns. And we're the ones paying the light bills. I'm just saying. So, throw us a bone, man. And technically, claiming a new ship that has no engines or doors when you first spawn it, wouldn't that be a warranty claim? Right? Like, not an insurance claim. We already got bent over the table by insurance companies in real life, so let's not spend our digital lives waiting on insurance claims as well, okay? Well, I'm sure I've missed some stuff, good, bad, and fugly. So tell us your experience or thoughts on the progress of the game down in the comments below. And let me just close with, I've watched a lot of people stream the PTU for 3.3.5, and I cannot wait to go to Hurston. It's going to be so exciting, and no one's really even had much of a chance to stream the moons yet. I mean, what are we going to find out there? There's new worlds to explore. I'm excited. I cannot wait for that. So don't get me wrong when I talk about the good, the bad, and the fugly. I am all in on this project. Warts and all, like Chris Roberts said in the email he sent you. And if you are thinking that the ship sale would be a good time to get in on backing the project, now that it's the largest crowdfunding project ever, yeah, at $200 million donated to the development of this project. So remember, don't start broke. Start each patch wipe with some starting cash worth $5 USD. 5,000 Alpha UEC to buy weapons, armor, or to fund your first cargo run for profit. The referral code is in the description below. So click to show more, copy the code, and then hit the hyperlink in the description to claim your in-game handle, and then your starting cash. Hey, if you dig this video or this channel, share it with your friends or org mates. That would help me out big time. Also, throw me a like, and remember to hit subscribe and tap that bell to get notified. And I will be looking for you out there in 3.3.5 in Hurston very soon. Yes.